Donald Trump lost the presidential debate to his worst enemy. Himself, Kamala Harris presented herself as the change candidate. Donald Trump wasn't nimble enough to counter. Plus, there was the added bonus of Taylor Swift's endorsement. In his first presidential debate with Kamala Harris, Donald Trump had a rough night. Taylor Swift only made it worse. Like a 4-year-old in a high-rise elevator, the vice president pushed every one of Trump's buttons for nearly 2 hours. From the beginning, Harris had the former president defending his weaknesses instead of directing voters to hers. Underestimating Harris's capacity, discipline, and energy proved a costly miscalculation for Republicans. During and after the debate, Republicans assailed ABC News moderators David Muir and Lindsay Davis for their real-time fact-checking, which appeared to benefit Harris. From the 2020 election to U.S. violent crime rates to comments about infanticide, Muir and Davis rebutted a number of Trump's claims. Moderators typically ask questions and follow up. Fact-checking happens after the event. Unfortunately for Trump, the moderators weren't the problem with his night. To borrow from CNN conservative commentator Scott Jennings, it's hard to complain about the refs when you're not making your own jump shots. Who won Tuesday's presidential debate? Vote in our Harris-Trump debate performance poll. After Harris opened with a few broad strokes of her economic plan, in an expanded child tax credit and small business tax deduction, she hit Trump on his tariffs as a sales tax. From then on, Trump was mostly on the defensive. He offered an economically illiterate justification for his tariffs and completely failed to stick Harris with the same sales tax, since the Biden-Harris administration has kept Trump's increased tariffs in place. The moderators asked Harris about keeping the tariffs, but Trump remained distracted. Trump did land a blow by focusing on Harris's policy evolution. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window, he pointed out. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. Americans feel like violence ice everywhere. What if I told you crime is actually down? But Harris was able to dodge and weave in ways Trump was not. When asked about immigration, Harris hit Trump on Project 2025 instead of taking up the topic. Trump claimed ignorance about the Heritage Foundation transition plan rather than dragging Harris back to immigration. When the topic turned to abortion, Trump falsely claimed that everyone wanted Roe v. Wade overturned. Harris, in contrast, was ready to pounce. Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape and incest. A survivor of a crime, a violation to their body, does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. She precisely knew her talking points on the topic, while Trump meandered through his views. The real turn in the debate came when Harris avoided speaking about immigration and invited Americans to check out a Trump rally. You will see during the course of his rallies he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. The taunt was too much for Trump to resist. Instead of dragging Harris back to the failed immigration policies of the Biden administration, Trump chose to defend the size of his rallies first. He followed with a bizarre focus on Haitian immigrants in Ohio. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. At that moment, the conversation shifted from immigration policy to whether Trump was truthful about immigrant pet consumption.